Greetings, I am Liz.
And I am Scandal.
And let's play a game together. Alright, so welcome back, and we're excited to I don't know, it's just really pretty. I just like this game.
It's also sad.
It is. This game just feels like a literal metaphor for being at a huge point in your life and feeling totally lost. Like at the crossroads, if you will, and going, I don't have enough information to make these decisions, and there is no one to look to. Then you can appreciate the poetry of transience.
And so shall read my tombstone. She perished violently in a fireball at the bottom of a cliff, appreciating the poetry of transience.
I appreciate that you think you can turn into a fireball on the way down. Good job. But yes, I feel you and that bitterness.
Great. Solves nothing. Thanks.
If you like.
I guess I just feel like a spectator.
That level of distance. Spectator. That level of saying, I feel like I'm not even involved in my life because I don't know enough about it.
I feel like I'm looking at something. Not like I'm part of some grand, beautiful design.
Largely down to your perspective.
Like a narrow mind?
An obscured line of sight.
Obscured?
Blurred.
By the arrogance of youth?
By a foggy window.
Right, where I've been breathing heavily.
By, oh no.
Yes!
I didn't even. By the glass of the windows.
Oh.
Right.
Like rose-colored glass.
Literal. I just like, wow. You cannot hope to experience the universal totality of grace.
And grace of nature.
And grace of nature when your view is warped from the outset. Oh, stronger. When your view is warped from the outset.
Even if I could get out and bask in the sunbeams or whatever.
Creep.
How am I supposed to feel all connected?
You have to extend your mind beyond the car.
What for?
There is a level of like thinking a little bit bigger, but it doesn't always help.
No.
Part of what's valuable but also frustrating about this is that he does seem like he's trying to help, but he's trying to help you like through your own process, which kind of assumes that you have the resources you need, and sometimes you literally do not.
Yes.
There are times in your life where no matter how much someone believes that if you just do hard enough, you can make it on your own, and you just aren't equipped to do so. So it doesn't matter how much like enthusiasm or focus you have, you don't have the literal tools.
And we have also discussed that if you don't know, that doesn't mean that you have that tool. Like, honestly, even if someone presents it to you, if you don't understand it, comprehend it, if you just don't get it, because it's something you just have never heard of before, or it's something that's not within your scope of understanding,
then you cannot use that tool.
And it's really frustrating because I've had people do that going, well, I told you what it was. And you're kind of like, but that doesn't mean anything to me. I don't know what that is.
Sort of like telling someone it's a thneed. And you go, okay.
What is that?
What's that? And they're like, well, it's a thneed.
Of course it's you know what a thneed is. No, I don't.
Anyway.
What for?
The car is insignificant in relation to the whole.
It's significant to me.
Because it has my life in its balance. When compared with the grand impression of the world on the mind, on the soul, the car is a minor detail.
This car is my entire world right now.
And that's true. So
yes.
One of the things that I've talked about before, and that I find to be really, really important, is that when someone is in a situation where it feels like this particular detail is their entire life, they cannot deal with the rest of their life.
If you are stuck in survival mode, that is your car. Yeah. That is where you live. You live in survival mode. Well, you should just think outside of it. How can I think outside of it if I can't get out of survival mode? I can't get out of this car.
Get out of the car if I can't take the gun away from my head.
Yeah.
then how do I think about other things?
Right.
No one's going to think about, their art degree and retirement while someone's holding a gun to their head.
Right?
Unless they're thinking about, I'll never get to those.
Right.
They're not going to be like planning and actually like writing their shopping list and stuff. They need to figure out the gun to their head.
And it's also one of those things of going, well, your perspective is warped. And it's like, but that's the only perspective I have, built off of all these years of experience, built off of all the things that I've been taught and I know. This is all I have. And you're just telling me, we'll just think about something else.
Or use what you have.
And you're
what
like,
I have isn't working.
Right? Mm-hmm. This car is my entire world right now.
In this moment, that is how it feels. And I appreciate the analogy there. Your life hangs in the balance. The threads of your fate lay exposed. The car holds you captive. Your mind is your prison. What matters is what is outside.
Of course your car holds you captive, but again, if you can't... So this is why a lot of people spend a lot of time in therapy trying to basically figure out how to get out of their car, as it were.
Out of their mind. They're
right.
out of their belief systems, if you will.
But also, again, sometimes some people really going, well, it's just in your head, is really dismissive.
Honestly, saying it's just in your head to me is funny because they use it as dismissive, but the entirety of your whole reality is in your head. So honestly, that's the only place it can be.
Yeah, you're like, what else am I supposed to do?
Where else would it be?
Well, it's
your
all
ideas.
coded by your reality that you perceive. Yeah, and that's the only thing I can do. So unless I change my whole entire previous life,
I can't perceive anything else.
Outside the car?
Yes.
Outside. Let's see what we have. Fine, I'll play along.
A deer. Oh.
Right, deer.
One deer.
I
like the tree.
Tree.
Looks over. That's a freaking tree.
Sky. Oh, I hit the wrong one.
Grass. Whoops.
Grass.
We've seen the grass. It's fine. Oh. Are we trying to be positive, or are we diving down again?
Man. That one I'm not so sure about. Because I like both of them.
They're both good. Honestly, I do
deer.
really like the dialogue in this game.
It's really good.
It's quite thoughtful.
And so far, it looks like there's actually a lot of dialogue in here.
This has been very different than our first playthrough. Whenever I have found myself in a worrisome situation, far from hope, far from resolve, I have always found the comfort to be in nature. Like, I loved the dialogue of this game the first time around, and this is a wildly different dialogue tree than we got, which is really cool. We didn't know how much different this game could be, but again, if you like it, I suggest playing it for yourself. It is an experience.
It really is, particularly by yourself. Like
alone, sort of as a meditation or something.
What if your worrisome situation is nature? What if it's the capitalist system that you live in?
No, that can't be right. And that is a fair point, actually. Sometimes you have to stand over the brink of fear in order to know truth, to stare into oblivion. The moment of perfect exhilaration will offer clarity, a tranquil restoration.
This is your idea of tranquil restoration.
Like a face mask. Yes, a spa day.
Right.
Buying yourself a smoothie. It is a manner of thinking.
It's a manner of death proximity, actually.
Which is a way of thinking about things. But right this moment, you are given the chance to look. You were brought here to this grand spectacle for a reason. Here, you can witness everything.
I don't think I agree.
Wow. Also, just watching the car. Yep, all the witnessing.
Mm-hmm.
Let the wind wash over you as a wave. Let the sunlight pour into you and fill your spirit. There's very little sunlight left, actually, my good dear.
Right?
Just saying, there's a lot less than there used to be.
It's not that easy.
Oh? Ooh. But I have eyes. Think about it.
About what?
Your situation.
My what?
situation.
What else am I going to think about?
You marked out your options yourself. Really?
Honestly,
Have
that
we?
is wildly meta, because we did not.
We did not.
These are the only options we've been given.
I was to say, we didn't mark them out, but we did choose them. Recently, my friend was watching a collection of, like, the plot of many video games together, creating a unified thing. And at one point, the narrator is like, he makes this decision. And my friend is like, no, he doesn't. He has to do that. It's not his choice.
Right?
And I feel that in this moment.
Yes. My options.
Yes.
Wait, still?
Wait. Still. But you actually just told me not to wait. You said maybe I shouldn't wait and I should do something. Now you're telling me to wait.
What? Decide.
In the meantime, you have an opportunity. Have you heard of our Lord and Savior, the good dear Christ?
Lucky me.
Sorry.
You're fine.
I invite you to focus your attention on the horizon.
Just the horizon?
Only that. The horizon. You act as if the horizon is a small thing. Oh.
I will focus. Fine.
Let's see. Oh, this is important.
Ooh.
We scooty in.
We do the scoot.
We do the scoot.
Intimate conversation. Get close.
I feel very much like this is like the cameraman going, you must scoot in for a closer angle kind of thing. I felt it last time too, basically like us coming in for the intimate moment of just viewing the horizon. What do you see?
A line.
An edge.
Edge.
Look deeper. The window's in my way. Truly look. Until the world slips away to nothing but you and the horizon. No car, no cliff, no tilting, no me. Time to breathe again, my bros.
And yawn.
And yawn. Good to yawn. Sometimes when you start breathing deep, you do yawn.
Mm-hmm. No, so I really like this game for having its quiet moments, which is why I definitely suggest you play it on your own.
One of the things that I loved about this game that I kind of wanted to share, since, we lost our stream of it, is that quiet experience of the pacing and tone of this game are incredibly unified. Like, it knows exactly what it's after. While days unfold, I find my sight fall to the sea. Time turns circles while the tide draws breath. I hover before myself, suspended over waves like a bird. Along drifting currents, I sweep the surface to a fold. Whoosh. Where I become light. A flake of glass. We're back to singing. Ooh-loo-loo-loo. The tide exhales. In transparency, I return. But this game does seem to have, it's like its intensity and its concept incredibly clear and balanced. Like, it seems to know exactly what it's doing, and it holds on to that. Like, it retains command of its intended subject matter really well. And I love that. Oh, his antler's in front of your word box.
I know, that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I feel anything.
The birds are starting to go away a little bit.
Just a bit. They're all coming back.
Or maybe
again.
they're just under the tree. I spoke too soon. They were under the tree.
So
Every
many
one
birds.
of them hide behind tree. It's fine. We back up. The intimacy is over. It's fine. I have seen enough horizon for this moment. Pans, camera angle back.
Still really pretty.
It's very pretty. It is possible to look into the horizon and feel something greater. To behold your own nature reflected back. To look upon the cliffs and see beauty beyond knowing. To fold your soul into somber colors of sunset clouds. It is possible. To see the beauty of nature as it stands in the whole. Reform itself perfectly in your own mind. The birds are very happy right now.
I think I get what you're saying. Like, look into the horizon. Or just around.
Look a little further than when you are.
And you can feel a connection. Something meaningful or deeper or whatever. Like you belong. I don't know if I'm capable of that.
There is still time to allow yourself to feel your place in the earth. Sometimes it's very hard to feel connected or like you belong to any of this.
I can't. I'm not accepted here.
Well, this is a sad baby.
I'm not meant for it.
Love his little footies.
A great little footies.
It's very good little footies. Also, like, supportive. You just got sad. I look at you more closely. You have my attention.
It's so bloody frustrating. I trap myself here.
Quote, this is my fault.
Waiting to die. Just like everything else I've done. I'm stuck in a disappointment loop. Trying to achieve anything. Fail.
I know that feeling.
Try to escape from failures. Die.
And if you fail enough, also die.
Obviously. It's me.
If your goal was to escape, you achieved exactly that. You've gone dark. I'll be way more positive. If you wish to surround yourself in different ground, to live in the sunshine and adopt the peace of nature, to see that which cannot be possessed and hold it beautifully in your mind for a moment, if you wished for new light, have you not succeeded? I feel like there's way more focus on light in his discussion this time than there ever was before. Like, we have gone down a different path.
I don't know. It's more complicated than that.
Right now, it is not. It is simplicity. It is taking the time to recognize your place in the world. You are significant. You are a part of this. I give you inclusion.
I'm not. None of this is for me.
You would not be here were it not. And I appreciate that he's trying to be supportive in this moment, but there's also that experience of someone just telling you, well, the design is perfect, you wouldn't be here if you didn't belong here. It gives little comfort often because...
And sometimes you go, yeah, an awful, terrible, horrible situation. Thanks.
Yeah, right? And there's this very...
You belong here.
A lot of times there's this very strong feeling for me when someone's like, you belong here, because you are here. And you telling me that doesn't solve all my problems. It's not as if I've never conceived of the idea that I belong here, and then you give it to me for the first time, and I go, oh, wait, I do belong, and I'm done.
Oh, wow. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't driving this bloody car.
Truth. In that case, you may not have needed to be. But here you are.
So you think it all comes down to fate? Like I was summoned here to some grand purpose?
The purpose need not be so grand.
An insignificant purpose, then.
A tiny purpose.
Oh boy.
Perhaps you do not need to know it. Just to know that there is one. Oh, look at that glowing
Big bird.
Even if you cannot discern it immediately. I don't know if you guys saw that bird that just flew under the tree. It was like this pink glowing thing. That was amazing.
It was great. So it was all meant to happen. You and I. But we are actually out of time, guys.
And we will find out about you and I in the next one.
Yes. So thank you very much, though, for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and also share our videos if you're having a good time with us. Please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi or our Patreon. We've got some links in the description down below. And I have been Scandal.
And we really do love hearing from you. If you have thoughts on this, it would be great if you wanted to share them. And I have been Liz.
And it was great playing with you. Bye!